This week's cold case is on Anne Marie Burr. Before we get started, let's rewind to see what was happening in 1961. John F. Kennedy was our 35th president. In 1961, bread was only 25 cents per 16-ounce loaf and eggs were 57 cents per dozen. Wagon Train was the #1 TV show in 1961. And Wooden Heart by Joe Dowell was the #1 song on August 30th, 1961. On that same day that Wooden Heart hit the charts, 8-year-old Anne Marie Burr was nowhere to be found. Anne Marie Burr lived in Tacoma, Washington with her parents Donald and Beverly Burr and her siblings Julie, Mary, and Gregory. On the evening of August 30th, 1961, Anne and her 3 siblings were sent to bed around 8 p.m. by their parents. 8-year-old Anne shared a room with her younger sister Mary, who was 3 at the time. Their bedroom was upstairs. Her younger 2 siblings, Julie and Gregory, shared a room in the basement. In the early morning hours of August 31st, Anne woke her parents in their first-floor bedroom complaining that Mary was crying. Mary had a broken arm at the time, which was in a cast. Beverly, Anne's mother, remembers soothing Mary before sending them both back to bed. Around 5:30 a.m., Beverly woke to Mary crying again. She realized at this time that Anne was not in the bedroom with Mary. As Beverly searched the home for Anne, she saw that the front door that was shut and locked the night before was slightly ajar, and a small living room window was open. The Burrs called the police. Let's go over the investigation. Upon searching the house, law enforcement noticed a table of figurines beside the open living room window was undisturbed, despite the appearance that someone had entered the home this way. Grass from the front lawn was found inside the house, and an overturned bench was discovered against the side of the residence, and a faint footprint was found near the overturned bench outside. Law enforcement estimated the shoe that made the print was likely a kid sneaker, size 6 or 7. None of Anne's clothing or other personal items were missing from the home. Anne had left the home wearing only her blue nightgown, a chain necklace with an engraved medal of the Madonna and Child, and a medal of St. Christopher. Police, including 100 soldiers from Fort Lewis, as well as 50 National Guardsmen from Camp Murray, and neighbors searched for Anne around the neighborhood. By 11 p.m., over 75 square blocks, included wooded areas, had been searched, and there was no sign of Anne. Police even brought in dive teams to search Commencement Bay, but again the search turned up no sign of Anne. Anne's parents, Donald and Beverly, took polygraph examinations in response to rumors that they had withheld information in their daughter's disappearance. Both were found to be truthful in their responses. Over 1,500 people were interviewed within the first 12 days of Anne's disappearance. Let's go over suspects. In October of 1961, police interviewed Hugh Morris. He was a suspect in the 1959 murder of 9-year-old Candy Rogers in Spokane, Washington. In 1964, police attempted to arrest Ralph Everett Larkey in Portland, Oregon. Ralph had been accused of trying to kidnap gay Lynn Stewart and was considered a possible suspect in Anne's case. However, he took his own life before police were able to apprehend him. There were no other leads or suspects until 1978, when Ted Bundy was arrested. Let's go over how Ted Bundy became a suspect in Anne's case. In 1978, when Ted Bundy was arrested, law enforcement discovered he was a resident of Tacoma, Washington in 1961. Ted was 14 years old and delivered papers in the Burrs neighborhood. Law enforcement also stated the shoe print they found outside the Burrs was consistent with the size of a teenager. In 1987, Ted Bundy confided to an author that while he confessed to many murders, there were some he would never talk about, because they were committed too close to home, too close to family, or involved victims that were very young. Anne's disappearance fit all 3 of these categories. Anne's parents told the media at this time that they believed their daughter's body had been buried at the campus of UPS, where construction was underway in 1961. They also claimed neither they nor their daughter knew Ted Bundy. Beverly wrote Ted letters while he was on death row. He responded, avoiding questions, but did say he was a normal 14-year-old boy and did not wander the streets at night and had no desire to hurt anyone at that time. In 2011, contact evidence that was collected at the time of Anne's disappearance was compared to DNA samples of Ted Bundy, but testing failed to link him to the Burr home due to the fact that a full DNA profile could not be produced from the evidence. Anne's father, Donald, passed away in 2003, and her mother passed away in 2008, never knowing what happened to Anne. Anne's case remains unsolved. What do you think happened to her? Many people believe she was Ted Bundy's first victim. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Anne disappeared August 31st, 1961. She was 8 years old, 4'2", weighed 35 pounds, from Tacoma, Washington. If anyone has any information about Anne, please call the Tacoma Police Department at 253-798-4721. If you like this video, give it a like. Also, follow and/or subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Make sure to check out our shorts and reels as we post daily. And if you have a cold case that you want covered, be sure to let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.